Hello, beautifuls. How are you? Here we are, week 1 of Spring Reset. We are kicking things off. Officially, we kicked it off yesterday. By yesterday, you should have had your one thing that you're going to release this spring. Now, if you have more things, that's great. But we're going to take one at a time through these prompts and through these exercises and using the tools so that we can really move the needle on that one thing. Okay. So, and if you have any questions about that, as always, feel free to reach out to me via email, comments, private messaging, all the ways that you can get a hold of me. Okay. So let me just check technology. Are we on live? Yes. Okay. So here's the deal. Okay. I'm betting that this is probably not the first time you do something sort of self-coachy or self-helpy or personal development or growth development, right? So you've probably done this before. And if you've done any of my challenges, like my 10-day movement challenges and that sort of thing, then some of these prompts or exercises or homework assignments might feel familiar to you, right? You may have done them. My invitation to you is please come at this with an open mind, with an open heart, and with the beginner's mind. Now, I'm not saying throw out your experience. I'm not saying throw out your intuition, but I am saying be open to these prompts and to these tasks, right? So if you get a homework assignment or a prompt or a writing prompt of some sort, and you think, yeah, I've done this before, it's okay. It's okay. Do it again, right? Do it again. We're coming at this fresh from the beginning. Let's go. Okay. So when the assignments feel familiar, just trust it. Trust the process. Okay. And if you feel very resistant to trying it, I would ask you to ask yourself, where is that coming from? Where is that resistance coming from? Why am I fighting this? Okay. And there's going to be some wisdom there. There's always wisdom. I just think I made up a new word. There's always wisdom behind resistance. Okay. All right. So come at it with a beginner's mind. So a couple of things you're going to need for this particular prompt. You're going to need at least to set aside, I would say minimum, give yourself 20 minutes, at least 20 minutes, a journal, something to write with. If for some reason, if physically it hurts, you can't physically write like pen and paper and keyboard is the only way for you, or maybe voice is the only way for you to record something, because I'm trying to take into consideration all kind of levels of where we're at with our bodies, then do what works for you. Ideally, if you can, paper and pen or journal and pen is the way to go. Okay, so now you've got your tools, you've set aside some time, and we're going to, let me see, hold on just a second. We're going to dig in, right? Like I said in another video, the early work is about digging into the root cause of your one thing. So for example, and I'm always going to use mine as an example, mine is not drinking alcohol, right? I'm going to stop drinking alcohol. For somebody else, it might be overeating. I'm going to stop overeating. For somebody else, I might be, I'm going to stop saying yes and people pleasing, especially at work, right? I'm going to stop yelling at my kid. Whatever it is for you. We're going to dig into what lies underneath that. Let's see what comes up. Okay. This assignment could be pretty magical if you let it. A lot of things come out of it. So this is private. This is for you. Nobody else will read this, right? Nobody else will look at all the things that are going to come out that you're going to share with your pen and paper, right? Okay. So this one is called this one we're going to do because we don't want to stay at the surface. If we stay too surface level with our habit that we're trying to release, what tends to happen is we just push through, force through, white knuckle our way through, and that is not sustainable, right? That is not sustainable. So we really got to get to the root cause, to the bottom. So this assignment is called the 7 whys. Okay. So if you already know it, you already know it, but I'm going to just describe it really quickly how to do this. The 7 whys. So let's say, all right, I'm going to stop drinking alcohol for this season. That's what I'm going to ditch for Spring Reset 2024. My first question to myself will be, why is this important to you, Gina? Why is not drinking alcohol for the spring, the next 3 months of 2024, why is this important? I'm going to answer my question number 1. X, Y, Z, A, B, C, this is why, this is what I want to do. Whatever comes, don't judge it. Just answer it from your heart, from your soul, from your gut. Okay, answered. Question number 2, why? Whatever my answer was on number 1, why is that important? Let's say that in the first question, I may have said, my answer would have been something along the lines of, let's see, I'm just making this up as I go right now. Something along the lines of, I don't want to drink anymore because I want to feel better on Sunday morning and I want to have energy on Sunday morning. And I want to feel better about myself. Okay, that's my answer to question number 1. Second question number 2, then is, why is that important? So in other words, I'm asking myself, why is it important for you to feel better? Why is it important for you to have that energy? Why is that so important to you? Okay, now I'm going to answer that. Because I want to be able to be present with my family, and I want to be open for any opportunity that might be coming up on that day. I might answer it that way. Question number 3, why is that important? Do you see where I'm going with this? So every next why out of 7 whys, you're going to ask why the previous answer was important. So you're going to dig down, you're going to filter through. Right about the 7th why, you're going to start really about the 5th or 6th why, but go all the way to 7. Just go all the way to 7, even if it feels like you're repeating yourself. At some point, it might feel like you're repeating yourself. Once you get down there, those last few whys, you tend to start hitting on the more emotional and feely aspects of your whys. All right. And you might, just a heads up, you might shed a tear or 2. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, there's everything right with that. And that's probably how you know you've hit on the nerve. Okay. All right. So every subsequent why, every why is, you're asking the previous answer, why is that important? All right. So by the time you get to the why number 7, you're asking why that answer number 6, why is that important? Got it? If you don't got it and I left you more confused than anything, reach out to me. Let me know. Ask me, right? Email me, DM me, whatever. Okay. So the 7 whys. This is really, really important because this is how you're going to dig into and start reaching that root cause of why you want to stop yelling at your kids. It may seem obvious, right? There's like an obvious answer to that, but we're going to dig into what else is there. Okay. This is going to be the why of why you want to stop overeating. Because I want to fit in my jeans might be your first answer, right? Because I want to feel good about myself might be your first answer, but we're going to dig deeper. You deserve to get to the bottom of this. Okay. If you're at a point where you're like stuck, something feels off, you don't know how to even write your answer, reach out. reach out. This is the perfect time for you to reach out to me and say, you know what? I could probably use your help to bounce this off of you. And maybe we can schedule a little like mini session to talk it out. Okay. I said I was going to be here for you and I meant it. Okay. So that's your 7 whys. That's going to be your big first assignment for this week. I'm going to also check in with you on Thursday because that's how this program is going to work, right? Every Tuesday and every Thursday, I'm going to either give you an assignment, a task, a prompt. I'm going to ask you something, or just a regular check-in, right? Like a Q&A, a check-in. If you want to come on with me, we can talk. All right. All right. Another thing that I want to do kind of on the side, right? And I want you to make a decision on this. I'm perfectly happy doing this daily, but if daily feels like too much to you, then you need to pick whether you're going to do this next thing weekly, 4 times a week, 3 times a week, as often as you want. Daily works as well. The thing that you chose to release, do a little evaluation on that frequently. I would say at least a couple times a week. What do I mean by that? I mean, check in, because you're going to go on with your day and you may have forgotten that you've decided that you were going to not curse. You decided that you were going to release road rage, right? And you may forget in the heat of the moment. And so to keep it top of mind, it's good to be monitoring it, right? Tracking it. Don't go overboard. Don't make yourself crazy. Remember, rule number 1 to this whole challenge is do not use this against yourself. Do not weaponize this challenge against yourself. Okay. So what we're going to do is a little evaluation. So again, for me, since I'm not drinking alcohol, and this will be easy. This is an easy one, right? My evaluation will go like this. Every day, I take a minute. I check in with myself. How did it go? Did you drink alcohol? No, I didn't. And if you did, what was it? What was the situation? How did you feel about it? And how might you do better? Where's the opportunity in that? How might you do better tomorrow? Okay. I'm not judging myself. I'm not berating myself. I'm not beating myself up. I'm simply acknowledging it. And this is based on evaluations that people do in various industries, right? So you can ask yourself, like, how did it go well? Oh, I didn't drink. What didn't go well? I almost drank, right? Or maybe nothing. Everything went well, right? And what is the opportunity? How might you do better tomorrow? Right? Those questions. So give yourself some grace, give yourself some space, evaluate. So for example, if I didn't drink yesterday, what went well? I didn't drink. Was there anything difficult about yesterday? Well, yeah, when I was cooking, I really craved a glass of white wine. Okay. Well, what could you do better? Honestly, nothing. I feel pretty good about how I handled it. I drank some water. I had a glass of kombucha instead, and I'll just keep doing that. Something as simple as that. It's a quick check-in, right? And even if you did overeat, even if you did have a drink, even if you did yell at your kid, don't go into that spiral. Just observe it. Little mini evaluation. You could do it every day. You could do it every other day. You could do it once a week. I highly advise maybe a couple times a week. Choose your days that you're going to do it, and then just stay on top of it, because we do want to monitor it. Okay. All right. I'm going to let you go. Carry on with the rest of your day. If you have any questions about your assignment, let me know. I love you. Best of luck. And like always, up in here, it's about ceasefire and free Palestine. Love you. See you on Thursday or sooner in the Facebook group. Ciao.